เดียวแบบนี้มันอันตรายนะรู้ไหม
Hello and welcome back to Actually Let's Talk About It with me, your host Lily, and today I will be reacting to Enigma episode 3, y'all. Why did I just find out today that there is only 4 episodes, 4, in this entire series? This is literally a mini series. I'm like, after this, we only have one more episode that premieres, like, I believe this Friday or Saturday, and then that's the end of the show. I ain't never known a GMMTV show to be this short. But that aside, we still go get into the story. Because Ajin and Fa just found out that the person that they're dealing with is doing all this sorcery and black magic and dabbling in all these forms of the craft. They were a lot stronger. Specifically, she is a lot stronger than they thought. And I'm not sure if it's Namsine, if she is actually the person. I said in the last video that I believe that this might all lead back to Fa. I believe that she might be the one that's behind it all. I said I hope that they don't write it that way, but it's seeming like that's what they'll do. I don't know, y'all. Like, I'm putting it out there again, that it could all possibly just be Fa behind everything. I'm gonna put that back out there, okay? I'm gonna put it back out there. And we're just going to see. We're going to see what episode 3 gives us. I'm hoping I'm wrong. And that it's somebody else in her class. But if I'm right, whew, I don't want to be right on this, y'all. I want to be dead wrong. But if that's true, dang, she done tricked us all. If that's true. But yeah, y'all, I'm going to get straight into this reaction for episode 3 for Enigma. But before we get into it, we are going to do our Patreon shout-outs. The first Patreon shout-out does go out to Keisha L. The second Patreon shout-out does go out to Renaya Shannon. And the third and final Patreon shout-out does go out to Moons Yule. I want to thank you all so much for your support on the Patreon. It really does mean the world to me. And also, if you are watching this on YouTube and you are a subscriber on the channel, I want to thank you so much for being a subscriber on the YouTube channel, because your support is so very much appreciated as well. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you have yet to subscribe to the channel, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, because we are on the road to 500 subscribers, and every day we get a whole heck of a lot closer to that goal. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, we are going to get into episode 3 of Enigma, the series, and see what it's going to do. What other information are we going to find out this episode? Whoa, okay. So she's not really behind it. She don't got no phone, no weapon, no real sight. เข้าใจไหม
มันอันตรายจริงๆนะนายอย่าเพิ่งไปเลยอ่ะนาย
She knows who it is.
คนที่จะบอกว่าอะไรอันตรายไม่อันตรายเนี่ย
That's why she don't want him to go after her.
ไม่ใช่เธอ
Oh dang, his hand covered her whole face?
กลับไปรอที่ห้องโดยฉันตามไป
Okay, I didn't realize how big Win is, but not his whole hand covering her entire face.
ไม่ฉันก็บอกใครไม่เป็นเลยสิ
Why is he me? I'm done with him for that. Wow, y'all, like, I'm not trying to detract from the story here, but their size difference is insane. Because I'm like, I did not realize either Win is very tall. I think Win is just very tall. Because I don't think she's short. I just think that next to him, she looks very small. Wow. Like, he must be very tall. That's all I'm going to say. Are they astroplaning or what's going on? Then how did they have a falling out? That's what's not explained. How they fell out of touch with each other.
ตอนที่อยู่ที่โรงเรียนก็ติวด้วยกันตลอดแต่ว่ามันยากจริง
What's wrong with her mom? And I'm glad that they're showing it because some parents don't realize how ridiculous their expectations of their kids are. Because you're already having her in a very tough school, curriculum wise, and they are putting more pressure on her because you're trying to compare her success and her intelligence to her friend, which doesn't make sense to do. Even if you come from very academic backgrounds, sometimes your kids don't want to do the same thing that you do because your kids aren't you. And I think some parents need to understand that. Your kids are an extension of you in some cases because they're a part of your bloodline. So the family tree is the same, but they're not going to be you exactly. And trying to make a child your carbon copy is not going to work out well for you or that child. In fact, it can affect your relationship as a family entirely, because usually people who do this grow up to have or have kids that end up not speaking to them because they were so horrible when they were growing up, from the time that they were babies to the time that they were 18, because you're putting such an emphasis on grades when in the real grand scheme of things, grades are just one aspect of life. But in the real world, your connections matter more sometimes, and in some cases, in instances of nepotism, who you know matters more than sometimes how qualified you are or how intelligent you are. So you're not exactly setting them up for success when you're just putting such an emphasis on grades, because they're not the end all be all, contrary to popular belief.
มันต้องอยู่ในกระเป๋าอยู่แล้วสิ
Wow, she crazy.
อย่าจำเอาไว้เลยนะแกทำให้ฉันอับอายแล้วก็แกจะโดน
What? Oh no. Oh no. Cause see now. See no. See right here. Oh, I would have already been on the phone with 911 to report an assault. Okay? Cause I'm like, y'all, or 119 in Thailand. Cause what you not finna do is be a grown adult hurting a child in my presence. Okay? Cause whether I was the same age minor or not, oh yeah, I would have been on the phone, 119. And I'm like, oh yes, can we have several officers? Because I'm like, I'm about to beat this woman until she bleeds from every crevice of her body. So I'm like, I'm going to need y'all to come get me, because you're going to be her only hope. And then hang up the phone, and I would get to swinging on this woman. That's all I'm going to say. I would get to swinging on Namsine's mother, because how dare you, over something as stupid and petty as grades, burning your child with a poker over some grades and burning her drawings, literally inflicting physical and mental trauma on her because her good grades weren't good enough in your eyes. I could see if she got like a 50. Even then, you wouldn't be justified in burning her stuff and burning her, but you would definitely need to sit down and talk and say, you're going to need to do better than this. But her scores are in the 80s, the high 80s and the mid 80s. I hope Fa didn't just leave. That's what I'm hoping.
เราก็ค่อยๆเฟดไปออกจากชีวิตน้ำทราย
So you just abandoned her in her time of need?
เรารู้ตัวอีกที
Wow.
เราก็ไม่ได้คุยจะมืดมากอะแต่เราก็เห็นซอกเล็บของน้ำทรายมันเปิดเลือดก็มีน้ำทรายที่เราไม่เข้าไปช่วยน้ำทรายอะ
You sure didn't. That ain't what real friends do.
เราก็ทำให้น้ำทรายเปลี่ยนไปมากในขนาดเนี้ย
Y'all, as much as I want to believe what Fa is saying here, there's just something about her character in this show that is not adding up. It's something about her character that is not adding up to the persona that she projects when she's around people. There's just something about her. At every instance, Fa was there. Every time there was something crazy happening, Fa was there. Fa was seeing things that nobody else was seeing, quote unquote, putting cameras in places that nobody else would think to put cameras. Where'd she get the cameras from? Still don't really know the answer to that. And then now she conveniently was seeing all the signs that Namsine did this. Conveniently. But never let Ajin know. Because she blames herself. Y'all, like, I don't want to say that Fa is the true villain of the story, but it's shaping that it's going in that direction. Because it's the way that it's just too convenient. That she's always at the wrong place at the wrong time to get spelled. To get almost attacked by the janitor. To get attacked by Namsine. To see all that bad stuff happen to Namsine and do nothing. I don't know if I buy it. I don't know if I buy it. I don't know if I buy it, y'all. I could be wrong, but her character is very suspect. Very suspect.
สายข่าวหรือสายธรรมคุณคนกลุ่มนี้เนี่ยเป็นเล่นผีคนเหล่านี้เนี่ยก็จะใช้ไสยเวทอาถรรพ์เชิงลบใช้วิชาในทางที่ไม่ดีในสังคมคนกลุ่มนั้นก็คือเอนิกมาในโรงเรียนนี้ฉันเลยแอบแฝงตัวเข้ามาในโรงเรียนนี้อย่างที่เธอเห็นแต่ก็นั่นแหละมันน้ำทรายคงตายแน่นอน
พวกนั้นช่วยน้ำทรายได้จริงๆใช่ไหมอะไม่มีแผน
Now what the heck is that, Miss Ma'am? I'm not shocked her mother doesn't realize anything is wrong, but you know, she's a bad parent.
ใช่ไหม
What?
แม่ตั้งสติก่อนนะน้ำทราย
Trying to lure her
ไม่มีสิทธิ์มายุ่ง
away.
กับลูกฉัน
ไอ้ยาที่คุณกินเนี่ยคุณยังไม่ยอมรับเลยว่ามันคือยาอะไรคุณคิด
ถ่ายดูสิคะครัวจริง
Either way, my suspicions about Fa aside, it seems like Namsine is doing what they are having her do. It's a form of blood magic. And I'm like, growing up the States, we know a little bit about certain types of magic. We know the Salem witch trials was in the United States, so we know a little bit about certain things. However, outside of the Salem witch trials, there were what we call voodoo and hoodoo, and those are black practices of magic, as they call them. But blood magic is something not to be trifled with lightly, because it does cost. That's all I'm going to say about it. It does have a cost to it. And it's a completely separate thing. And it looks like that's what Namsine is in. I didn't really notice it before, but now I'm pretty sure when I saw that contraption that they sent her and all that blood in the trash can or the wastebasket, she dabbling in some blood magic now, and that just might kill her if she's not careful. Okay, y'all. Okay, y'all. Enigma. We found out a lot about Fa as a person here. And I don't know, I still do not trust her. There's something about her character that hasn't been revealed yet. And I don't know if they're saving it for episode 4, aka the finale episode, or what. But there's just something about her character that's not yet adding up for me, which is why I am suspecting that she could be the actual person that's behind everything. Why, you may ask? Because there's just holes in her stories. However, Namsine still is an issue here. So it's going to be interesting how they wrap that up with her. But we need to figure out who exactly Fa is. Who is she related to? Because we hear her mother on the phone. But we've never seen any flashbacks to her family or where she's from. We just know she's at the school. And she's saying that she always felt that she was in a glass cage and there's all these people that were looking at the glass cage and it was see-through. And I'm like, I don't know if Fa has a relationship to Enigma, but there's something she's not telling Ajin that we most definitely are gonna find out in episode 4. But yeah, y'all, that's my suspicions, my little theories. I could be wrong, I could be right, I don't know. Go find out in episode 4. Those are my theories and my suspicions. And that is my reaction basically to Enigma episode 3. This episode had a lot of insightful points, had a lot of correlation to real life issues, and I love how Thai horror movies and horror TV shows, or mystery and suspense, if you want to call it that instead, movies and TV shows from Thailand, they always correlated to real world issues and in ways that society could better itself. I always love that. I always love that. Like I said before, this could be one of the best GMMTV shows that have come out this year, and I'm standing behind that. I'm standing behind that. But yeah, y'all, that is it for me. If y'all stayed until the end of the video, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you are a subscriber, I want to thank you so much for being subscribed to the YouTube channel. And if you're watching on YouTube and you have yet to subscribe to the channel, do not forget to do so. And also, if you're watching this video on Patreon, I want to thank you so much for being a patron. Your support is so very much appreciated. But yeah, y'all, I will see you on the next reaction or revisit or other YouTube video I post on the channel. But until then, y'all, bye.